62 of shooting the shit. I need to get these uploaded to the website. I know I've been slacking. Really slacking. Yeah, so I can't hear him. Damn it. Settings must be wrong. Give me a second. Cat, why?
Yes.
Right. Speak, dude.
Hello.
Why can't I hear you?
I don't know. It's an excellent question.
Let's see. Why is this not working? Should be coming through there. No.
The things should be occurring.
How about now? Still can't hear you. It's my settings. It must be. Somehow.
Extending it.
There
we go. Therefore I'm echoing.
Maybe it's Discord. Hang on, I'll jump off Discord and jump back on. Shouldn't be though. Let's see. Pretty sure if I play a YouTube video it should work.
Hello. I'm going to use yet, but he was always with his dog Patch, so that's a pretty safe bet.
No idea.
So yeah, I've enlisted the help of internet movie man, Mr. Oliver Harper. Hello, Oliver.
Hello, Stuart. How are you doing, sir?
Not so bad, thank you. Well, I've improved after watching some of these films, put it that way. So I sent Oliver a list of what VHS tapes we've got and said, hey, pick a couple of these and then have a watch and we'll talk about what they were like. We'll explain them to each other so we don't have to both watch them. And yeah, how did you find the experience overall?
Very, very boring and depressing. I made a huge mistake of thinking, I googled some of the movies and found the cover. Went, that looks pretty good. I'll be fine. Screw Stuart, he'll get the crap ones. Oh no, I got the worst ones. So yeah, it's like.
Right, I should be able to hear you now. There we go. Yes. Fucking hell. Yes. I was just checking if my audio was working. I know what it was. As the fucking, because I hadn't touched the mixer in a wee while, it went on it went into demo mode, and so it stopped outputting to my headphones, the bastard. So yeah, hang on. I need to. Yeah. No, I was watching Twitter, man, and I got fucking started reading a thread, and then I forgot what time it was. And
Disgusting.
You
this
know
is
how
not acceptable behaviour.
you know how it is, man. Just and she's not here yet because
I think EST has changed daylight savings, which is why she said hello.
there she is. Yo.
Have you changed daylight savings? Because
Yeah, they have.
You messaged so yeah, that's what I was thinking. They must have changed daylight savings.
They have. It's been about 2 weeks. We're due to do ours soon anyway, so it
Yeah,
does
end of the
that
month.
every time. It does that every time. They're always 2 weeks ahead.
I forget.
Yeah, she forgets.
I expect you're not here for your calendral skills in order to determine all the various time zones of the world over. That's not what you're employed for. Because you're not employed. You just exist. You're here to be the token woman.
You pretty much. She likes it. Look, she likes it that way.
I do.
She's not black though, which is disgusting, frankly.
Yeah, I mean,
Sorry.
she
I
doesn't
mean,
need a
I
you-
could've
safe
tried
space
harder.
or a white knight or.
You're only a minority in the UK, Kat, so you barely count. I mean, I can oppress you. That's fine. I'm the most oppressive here.
Yeah,
I have the most inherent power, and therefore I'm inherently the most prejudicial.
no, you're
This
like
is true.
Oppressive.
you're the
I'm the
most
Ubermensch.
white male cis bastard here, like for sure.
Plus, he's from like Europe, and they were like.
Europe?
All
Europe,
colonizers.
no, England,
How dare you.
England.
I'm not from Europe.
Whatever.
We've left the EU. We've left, or we will leave eventually once the virus kills everyone off in the EU. It'll be much easier.
It's doing a good job in Italy.
Yeah, I mean,
I saw
that's the way I
that.
see it. Virus will kill off everyone in mainland Europe, and then there will be no argument about Brexit anymore. It'll just be a default position.
Yeah, I feel like no one wants to go there.
Well, it's more a case of everybody else will be
It's-
dead, so...
It's
what-
getting it's hitting Arabic countries really hard too. I
Mm.
saw.
And
So
Boris Johnson's got it, the Prime Minister. Just announced that
there you
today.
go.
So that's the that whole
It's-
place
Well,
has
It's
got
it's
it.
getting
man.
world it's getting world the world
Fighting.
leaders.
Da-da-da-da-da-da, that virus, infectious as lightning. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Just
Kung flu.
Kung
Kung
flu.
flu. I think someone
The
done.
Wuhan flu.
I think someone done a remix of that and made the Kung Flu. I'm
I saw
sure.
a very...
I didn't
I see saw-
that. It would be funny.
There was an entertaining one doing My Corona to the lyrics of My Sharona.
Right. Not seen that one yet. I know that. I'm
Yeah,
pretty
maybe
sure
that's funny.
there'll be a Kung Flu one, guaranteed. Because like
mean,
everyone
these
loves
are-
Probably
that
is.
This is the low-hanging fruits.
song. Come on, it's the internet. What do you expect?
Well, I'm trying to think, what else could you do, really? I mean, these are the obvious ones. Is there something more obscure that you could really fit very well? Nothing comes to mind.
The Wuhan clan.
That would work.
The
I don't know any of the fucking
Wu-Tang,
songs, so-
Wu-Tang Clan had songs, but like how you could rename it. If they had a song called the Wu-Tang Clan, you could call it the.
See, this is when it
Wuhan
doesn't help
Clan.
when you know literally none of their music.
Yeah, I know.
at all.
Well, it's rap music, so.
I mean, I'm white. I don't understand these things. Obviously, I do have a. I have some old school '80s hip hop, and that's about it.
Yeah. No, this is gangster rap, like the gangster
yeah, I
rap
mean-
stuff. So. Yeah.
I like. I mean, I like a bit of the Dr. Dre. Unfortunately, I don't think he's a licensed medical doctor, in which case he's not particularly helpful in this situation.
That's true. I bet he could pass out some masks though, with all his money.
Did you see Hillary and Bill Clinton bought workers pizza?
Well, that's
yes,
going to
saw
help.
the tweet about that. Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, well, at least they have pizza.
I made the
Nice.
I made the perfect meme for it.
Did you?
I didn't see it.
Yeah, it fitted so yes, I did it. Okay, let me get it. I'll grab it for you. Give me a second.
You have 10,
Yeah.
9, 8,
The
7, 6, 5, 4.
Got it.
Oh my god, you were in time.
oh yeah, I see it. Oh, it's that. Right, let's see. Yep.
So it said the news was like Hillary and Bill Clinton sent over 400 pizzas to New York hospitals fighting against coronavirus.
Oh, to the hospitals, right?
Yeah,
Each and
so then
every
I
one
had-
of them was infected with coronavirus.
Yeah, it probably could have been.
And also,
But-
you don't want to know what's in the special sauce because Bill contributed.
Oh no! Why? Hard working
You have to admit though,
employees,
I did make the perfect
Disappointing.
meme to go along
Yeah.
with it.
Yep, I
It
will
works.
just see if I can get this on screen. I don't. Can I? Yes. There we go.
If you can't, literally none of us can. That's
Yeah, I know.
literally the way it works.
I know. I'm getting it.
I hope you understand these things.
Yeah, I do. There it's. Yeah, that's. Oh, I got it. See,
You've done it.
I've done it because I'm amazing.
Well done. Well done for
Um,
the basic operations possible to man.
Look, I've got buttons over here. I have to press buttons to get stuff to work.
Oh my god, the tribulations of living in the first world.
I have to know what button does what though. Now sometimes I press
Oh
the wrong
my
one.
god, no! It gets even worse. I feel so sorry for you.
Fuck off. My favourite is definitely the old one that was made with Winnie the Pooh and the Corona beer and the wee bat wings, and it says, "I've always wanted to go to Madagascar, and on will you take me there?"
Corona-chan, yes.
Yeah.
Corona-chan.
Oh,
That's the first-
I drew
You drew
Corona
a
Chan.
Corona. Okay, well
One
you
second,
got to
let me
get that
get
shit up there. Yeah, fuck's
let me
sake, I haven't seen your take on the Corona-chan.
Yeah.
I think you'll particularly like it, Deus.
Well, don't count your chickens until they're dead.
Okay, there's mine.
What have we got here? Blue skies can now be seen over Beijing. The average person's carbon footprint is about 21.5 metric tons. Corona-chan is doing her part to help fight climate change, of course. That is important. The Earth is healing. You see that tweet from the Extinction Rebellion, Birmingham? Like there was a Mid-East, it was an English group, was it? See, if I say Mid-East, it sounds like Middle East, but
yeah. You mean
yeah, but it's not. It was
Mid England.
yeah, somewhere
Middle
around
East
there, somewhere
England.
like. Yes, exactly. And then and then another Extinction Rebellion account. God knows how many there are, because this is not something I'm looking up. When they come and say they do not represent us, because they basically did the whole, humans are a virus and the Earth's healing, and they posted shit up of that, and
Yep.
it's like that just reminded me of the Matrix, where Agent Smith's telling Neo like,
Oh, that's one of my favourite
There's
favourite bits.
What? There is only one other organism on this planet that acts in
Yeah,
this way.
It's human or
Humans.
viruses. Yeah.
It's like I point out the
It's
fucking
true.
obvious. It's not true. It's only true in the sense of every organism is basically that. The only question is whether the other competition is
Yeah.
able to rectify that.
Or-
It's not a case. He said like, oh, mammals naturally find a balance with the environment. It's like no,
they don't.
because look at beavers, for example. Beavers just fucking
Just
wreck
fuck
the
off
environment.
everyone. Yeah.
Right? Now, not to the extent that we have, because we've terraformed the planet essentially,
Yeah.
but that's just because we're massively OP and nothing else can compete against us, right?
Yeah.
We found we leveled up on the tech tree, started
Yeah.
with fire, leveled up that tech tree, and nothing else is able to get onto that tech tree, so they're
Pretty
all
much.
fucked.
Pretty much.
That's just life. That's literally life. That's the experience of life for this planet, and if we all die, well, we'll just be the next epoch of life that's died off, like every other
Yeah.
epoch of life.
Like dinosaurs and shit.
Exactly.
Here, I really liked this. Some other artist made this. This was not made by me, but I really like this as well.
I saw this
It's
one
like a
as well.
wholesome.
It's pretty
Yeah,
good.
that one's a wholesome one. I love it. So
There
I
was
hope you
another
put these
one.
images up, Kat.
There was another one that was it was Earth Chan and Corona Chan, and Earth Chan was sitting on the Earth, and she's like, "Why don't you stop?" It was like, "But I'm cleaning it for you." Oh, it was something like that. It was a good picture. So,
Well,
this is
It
wash your
reminds me of a
hands.
George Carlin. It was. I think it was his last routine. Was it? I've got the DVD. It's Bad for You, George Carlin. I think it was the last one he did. He has one bit in it where it's like, How do you know plastic's bad? Maybe the Earth created us just so they could have plastic, and it'll just reabsorb it into it. It's like it wanted plastic, couldn't get plastic any other way, so it just created humans in order to get plastic. You
Yeah.
don't know that's not true. How do you
Yeah.
know that's not true?
But plastic's really bad though, isn't it? Like, it takes
Plastic's really
ages.
great.
No, but it
Plastic-
takes ages
why
to.
plastic-
It,
But
it
that's why
takes ages
plastic's
to
great.
decompose.
Well, it depends which type of plastic, but that's why plastic. That's why we have plastics in the first place. They have so many wonderful properties. There's so many different types. The fact that it ends up like the way you use it ends up being it causing environmental problems is not relevant. If it's like, well, I guess life will just deal with it eventually, or it will all die out. That's like every
Didn't-
other fucking thing.
Didn't
Yeah.
That's
somebody
kind of the point.
didn't somebody or like they're working on or they've already worked on, I can't remember, but like a bacteria that eats plastic?
Oh,
Yeah.
bacteria have evolved by complete, like just by happenstance. That's what happens.
Oh, it was a
Bacteria-
so they did it by
happenstance.
themselves.
Well, they can create more of it. Is the point? Like they could.
Oh, okay.
They found this bacteria and now they know it exists. They can nurture it.
I
if
assume
that
it's
makes
probably
sense.
I'm assuming it's a particular type of bacteria because again, there are many different types of plastics.
Well, there's another it's another one that eats oil. That they're trying to make so that if there's oil spills, they can just dump a load of this stuff in
See,
and
this is
it
the thing,
eats the
none of
oil.
this- Anybody who understands this stuff, it's hardly surprising because at the end of the day, why do we take oil and burn it? Because it's full of fucking energy. If it's anything that's full of energy is biochemical,
Life will find
so
a way to
biolog-
eat it. Yeah.
well, exactly. There's bacteria obviously perfectly positioned because they have rapid generational cycles,
Yeah.
and
So they can
they just
they can
they can
develop
evolve very
faster.
quickly.
Yeah. Evolve and develop faster and just go, oh look, there's loads of energy in this oil shit the humans have leaked. We could probably eat that.
I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, that's basically what oil is. Oil is millions of years worth of stored energy that came from the sun. Got stored up by living organisms, and then got buried.
Yeah.
That's basically what oil is.
Well,
right?
it's the same as coal. Coal's the same.
Yeah, oil, coal, all that stuff, all of it. It's all
Well,
basically
fossil
the same.
fuels. Fossil fuels. Because it takes
That's
ages.
literally why they're called fossil fuels.
Yeah. Because they take
I mean-
ages to make. And it's all
No, because they
Out
all
of
come from
trees
ultimately
and
no. They
trees and
ultimately
dead
come
animals.
from some sort of life form that exists that is now dead, has probably been dead for an extremely long time, and we're liberating that stored up energy, basically.
Aye.
And that's part of the thing about the climate change, of course, which is we know for a fact that the CO2 levels are higher, mostly because if they weren't higher, then that means that carbon couldn't have been captured in the first place. You see, you can't just capture carbon from the atmosphere, put it in the ground, and go, oh right, well, where did that come from in the first place? Clearly, we know this as well from like ice samples from Antarctica, like analyzing the contents of like you drill down and you basically, the further you go down
Yeah.
through the ice,
The
essentially
layers.
you've got a history of the atmosphere stored in the ice.
Yeah.
So we know these things to be true. We know that basically the carbon dioxide level has been much higher in the past. Doesn't mean it's good for us. The point is, again, really, the Earth doesn't give a shit.
Well, with the
So-
amount of volcanoes and shit it had at the start, it doesn't really matter. Like, the
Well,
Earth's
carbon-
still going to be there. That's what annoys me about these save the Earth fuckers. It's not save the Earth, it's save humans.
But it's not even. It's even if you wanted to go further, it's not necessary. You could say, okay, it's not save humans. It's save the particular biome that we currently have,
Yeah,
that we
that
currently
would be
exist
more
with.
accurate.
but that's impossible.
Well, exactly. That's my point. It's like if you say, oh, if humans weren't here, then it will be fine. So if humans weren't
No, it
here, it'd be
wouldn't.
like the previous biomes that existed that no longer exist because of whatever disaster befell them.
Yep.
From the Cretaceous, the Triassic, the Jurassic, Paleolithic, whatever, right? I can't remember all the names of various eras, but there's been various mass extinctions before. Just because we're almost certainly involved doesn't mean that the rules have changed. Doesn't mean the rules have changed. It might mean that
What's
we're
nice
the primary
though,
cause, but doesn't matter at the end of the day.
We could change
what's nice
it,
though
I suppose.
about humans is that like if we survived a mass or an extinction of some kind, like that existed with
Most
the
other life
current
on Earth
species,
is- yeah.
we're pretty adaptable that we can whatever species came after, we can live off of them too. We can eat them. That's the important part.
Yeah, fuck it, we'll just eat the fuckers.
Yeah.
As long as you
so
can kill them.
we're pretty
It-
the
it's-
animals that are the most able to adapt to different environments, the different temperatures or the different plants or other creatures that they have to survive off of, the animals that can adapt the most tend to survive the longest, like alligators. They've been around for freaking ever. And cockroaches.
Did you just say crocodouches?
No, I said crocodiles.
You said crocodouches.
No, I said crocodiles and I said roaches.
Oh, cockroach.
Cockroaches. Yeah, cockroaches and crocodiles.
I think crocodiles and cockroaches. Obviously, they sound too similar. They're obviously the same creature.
Yeah. Well,
The
no,
cockroach.
I'm just saying, like cockroaches can, like rats. They also are pretty adaptable creatures.
Rats are little shits, man. Give you the plague and stuff. Well, the dirty ones do. My uncle had pet rats, and he says they were quite.
And then he
clean
died of
and
plague.
Stuff. No, what happened was, right, his rats died because his mate come home drunk one night.
Oh god,
And
he
he-
didn't squash it,
No, he done worse. He fucking fed them leftover kebab with a load of hot sauce on it.
What?
And
Jesus
How would I be
Christ.
able to live?
they didn't. they died.
Oh.
In the morning,
There's no
he
nutrition.
went to look at them in the morning. And he was like, "What the fuck?" And then
What
noticed
did he
this.
think would happen? They would get like sick.
Well, they definitely died because, well, hot sauce is not good for rats, assumingly.
Neither is oil.
Well, the thing is, of course, all those hot sauces and spicy stuff, right?
Yeah,
The basic reason for their existence is to stop creatures from eating
eating
them.
them. Yeah,
Yeah, and then it's just the fucking irony that somehow humans managed to develop not just a tolerance, but a fucking love of this shit.
yeah, it's
Right.
fucking weird. I hate it, man. My mouth goes all numb and all red, and I start swelling up. I can't handle the hot
See?
stuff.
That's,
It's
that's the
horrible.
basic,
You're
That's the
weak and
basic
your
point.
genes will die out.
you see, that's basically what the
Yeah,
plants
it's
are
a
trying
poison. Yeah, it's a poison. Don't
to do.
don't
Some
eat
people
me, you
just
silly
can't get
cunt.
enough.
Yeah, I know.
I like hot stuff. My boyfriend cannot handle hot stuff, so he's got to get like the mild
Me too.
sauces or whatever.
Yeah.
And
See,
I can get the hotter sauces and just
The
eat
weak
them.
will perish.
It's like, you daft bastards, this thing tastes like this to stop you eating it, and you're just
But
like,
it
fuck
shouldn't,
it.
it shouldn't have tasted so good.
It doesn't.
It ended up
doesn't-
tasting good.
The same with like bananas. Bananas is a good point for evolution and us fucking with it,
Because basically the original banana
it
is
had
this
no
horrible
fruit.
fucking
Yeah.
thing.
It had no fruit on it at all, hardly, and it was just big fucking seeds. And now it's got no seeds, and it's all fruit. And
You didn't want
And
the
it's
it's
going
all
to die
based-
out. And it's going
Because
to
it's all
die out.
basically a monoculture. Because it's
Yeah.
all basically a monoculture. So the next pest that comes along is going to. There's a similar thing with rubber. Actually, I was watching this very interesting show called the Big Beast that is the global economy, which is an Amazon, and has that guy from Howard Kumar, the Indian one. I can't remember his fucking name.
Right.
But basically, they had this one bit on rubber. Now we have a massive dependence on natural rubber for tires and all kinds of shit, right?
Yeah, rubber's handy.
and it has to come from natural rubber. Like you get synthetic rubbers, but apparently they don't do the job. And the problem with natural rubber, there's a couple of things. There's some economic things. And the main thing is because it's the rubber trees that we get the rubber from are not genetically diverse. They're very susceptible to this particular type of fungus. And the only way they have to deal with it is basically they detect it and they just fucking burn the entire fucking crop down to just stop it from spreading. It's like
Fucking
one of
hell.
those time bombs that's waiting to happen.
So it's just one like thing, and then it fucks the whole crop.
Well, it's just like bananas, except for bananas aren't that economically important. If all bananas went extinct, like
Yeah.
the global economy could deal with it. You just wouldn't have bananas,
Aye.
right? If rubber goes extinct, we're fucked.
Mm. Mm.
We do need rubber. Why can't we develop a new strain of the rubber plant or whatever?
Well, this is the basic problem. Is like you can't just
Well, I mean, like
force the diversity.
It seems like something that they would be working on, like looking for a mutation,
Well,
Oh, they will be.
a natural
but
occurring mutation, and then
the
kind of
weirdest-
breeding that.
The weirdest fucking thing. Apparently, what's it? Continental, the German rubber
Yep.
company. Apparently, they're looking at dandelions for natural rubber. Of all the fucking things. Of all the
Really,
fucking things,
dandelions are
dandelion.
weird.
Yeah. That's like, but apparently that's what they're doing. So
There must be
Okay.
something in it. They're like, oh fuck, rubber's going to run out. Shit, how will we make more? Okay, this has got similar shit to it than this, so maybe we can make that somehow into rubber.
basically,
Yes.
sort of. Yes, I mean, obviously a lot more difficult from dandelion, but apparently, yes, it does have rubber fiber. I can imagine probably the similar sort of fibers exist in a lot of plants. It's just a matter of the fact of actually getting it,
Yeah.
which is most difficult.
They would have to like breed it to where it produces more, maybe, and come up with like a new dandelion.
I don't know, but it was interesting that it's like of all the things you could possibly think of, it's like dandelion would
Dandelion.
not be the one that comes to mind.
No, but
Yeah.
that's maybe because we've got like the genome of the dandelion and sort of hey, got a computer to go through all the whatever things, DNA bits, strands and stuff, and found one that was
No,
closest to rubber or something, and it came up with, oh yeah, the dandelion's quite close.
no,
or
I'm
whatever.
sure that I'm sure I don't think such a system exists at all. It'd be
Well-
interesting to have that sort of system, but my god, no.
They do
I'm
have
pretty
genomes
sure-
though. They do have like they
Yeah,
do
but they don't have,
store
like, a-
genomes
well,
of
they- of various organisms, yes, but they don't have like a database that says find me all the things that produce rubber. That sort of thing doesn't exist.
You could make it though. Like a
I mean-
supercomputer could probably do it.
I mean, it's one of those things in theory, but it's not so much a matter of computing power. It's more a case of we don't really know. Like, okay, you could
It would
identify a
take a long
gene that
time
does it
to
in one
like
place.
do that for
Maybe.
everything.
But what if it's what if you got a different way of doing it, which you wouldn't recognize in another species, but achieves the same end result? I
Yeah.
don't know. I'm not a geneticist or a biologist.
Yeah, no, but
Or
it's
do
weird. They
otherwise,
always come
but-
up with stuff. And the other thing that's weird is most of the Amazon holds 90% of all Earth's species of different things, like plants, animals, and all that shit. And it gets wrecked every single day. It's like, so you're
Yeah.
wiping out vast amounts of this new shit that we've not even discovered yet. That could actually be something that cures
That's
fucking
why.
cancer
That's one
or
reason
some
why
shit.
we need. That's why we need a switch from trees to the friggin' weed plant. Because you can make
So
paper
many
out of
fucking
it.
There's
you
so
can
many
make
fucking
clothing.
weeds.
No, like the
She means
You mean-
cannabis.
yeah.
Or
Thank you.
hemp.
I could not think of the word.
Hemp.
Yeah,
Hemp.
you can use hemp for
Yeah,
rope,
but
for
it's not as-
clothing, for paper.
It's not as good though. That's why we moved to
Right.
paper.
No, the reason that we're not using it for things is because the laws or whatever. But we
No.
could
Hemp-
significantly reduce the trees that we use. Obviously, we might still use them for like buildings and stuff, but we could start using if we could start using hemp for like
You can
paper
grow
and
hemp.
everything.
You can grow hemp legally.
Just
I'm
has
pretty sure
had.
you can't.
Oh no, there's different. Obviously, you have the ones that don't produce any actual viable, any of the
drugs.
chemicals that
Yeah.
we use for basically getting fucked up.
Yeah. You
Maybe
can grow
it's
them in
like
the
different laws,
UK.
but our laws like you can sell things made of hemp, but I'm pretty sure you cannot just grow it.
Well,
Yeah,
I'd
you can.
assume-
You can grow cannabis
It's
over there
federal
now.
stuff.
You can grow your
Only
own
in some
cannabis over
states.
there. Yeah.
Only in some states now.
Yeah. So
I'm
No,
saying,
but
but like
either way-
before,
I mean, the
before,
whole
like, we
fucking thing with
that's very
it's like it's a weed. It is literally a weed. The fact is that shit just grows in your fucking country quite happily without
Yeah.
anybody having to do anything because it's a fucking weed, and weeds are like that. They just fucking grow like bastards.
Yeah.
yeah,
Pretty
it
much.
can grow naturally.
No, I'm pretty sure we
But-
over here in the UK you can make hemp all you want because it's not
Oh, yeah.
illegal.
You
Well,
you definitely can.
States being able to grow it and stuff is like relatively new.
No, but that's the cannabis type drug. I've never heard of them
pretty
not
sure-
being illegal to grow hemp. I'm pretty
I'm
sure it
pretty
just doesn't
sure-
give you. I'm pretty sure that the reason they don't use it is because paper's better from trees.
I did research on it, but it's been a really long time. Like for like a college paper or something,
Because you can
and
make.
it was about the paper,
you can
and I
make,
don't remember ever running across that.
You
like
can
they
make
just not
paper
making
from.
good paper.
You can make paper from reeds as well. That's how papyrus was made in Egypt.
Correct.
But
Yeah.
it's not a good paper. It's
Well, it's fragile.
yeah, it's really hard to keep, and it's. No, we made it in primary school because we'd done a thing. Do you know how you have the wee activities for like a whole year at school? They would pick
I have
up.
to say that's not one that ever came up, but that sounds pretty awesome. Making your own paper from
Yeah,
reeds.
they would pick. So our school, it was like either 6 months or like whatever, and they would pick like a thing from history. Like so, one might be the Romans, and one was definitely Egypt and how they made paper, and we got reeds and stuff and we made paper out of it. But it was really bad. It was really you couldn't write on it with a sharp pencil because it would just go straight through it. Yeah, it's just not.
I
just
just looked
wasn't
it up.
good quality.
Wait. I just looked up facts. Okay. So the chemical composition of hemp herds is similar to that of wood, making hemp a good choice as a raw material for manufacturing paper. The quality of paper is actually higher than wood.
Well,
Boom.
there you go.
So
Mic drop.
we should move away from wood being used as paper and move to hemp.
Maybe
For
some of it is. Maybe some of the printing paper and stuff is. Because the printing papers, you
I'm
get
sure it
different
would say.
qualities and stuff.
I'm assuming that yes, it is
But
being done, obviously, and it would probably list it on there.
I don't really look
on
at
the
the
paper.
listings about what the fucking paper's made of. I just buy the
the-
paper and put it in
The
my printer.
default for paper is wood and not
Yeah.
hemp. They
Yeah,
would
always.
specifically say the default for paper. What I'm saying should be hemp and not wood.
Mm.
There's probably other things involved here though, because obviously the sort of papers you get, they're all
more
chemically
expensive.
treated. Mostly with bleach, like your general white paper, it's like
Yeah.
you need to bleach it to get that. So even if you're changing your basic source of fiber, I imagine there's probably all kinds of other bullshit that goes on.
That was the other thing that the papyrus. I think they called it papyrus. I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
See,
You're right, Kat.
that
Hemp was
was.
recently legalized by the 2018 Farm Bill. So before it wasn't. This is like a new thing.
That's weird.
So obviously we can't replace it like quickly, but I think it's something we should be working towards.
You guys can. You could just. You've got loads of land just with nothing on it. Just plant hemp.
Most
Like-
most of the land that doesn't have anything on it is for like herds and stuff because nothing grows on it. Morn.
Yeah,
If something grows on it, it's got a farm.
Have you?
You
Have
have
you?
lots and lots of farmland. But yes, somebody could start growing more and more hemp farms and producing more and more
Easily.
hemp paper.
Easily, because you can do all that fancy indoor growing shit now as well, with the fucking UV lights and crap. And
Yeah, but
UV
nobody would spend
LEDs
money on doing that for something with no THC, would they?
Oh, if you were
I
making
mean,
money on
if
paper,
you're in one of the states that can have that, you could do both.
if you're making paper,
And
if you-
paper's
in
lucrative.
fact, you could probably grow the THC stuff and use it for paper. You could probably use the byproducts to make paper. You could probably, I don't know. Someone would need to work it out, but I'm guessing. But anyway, yeah, that was the other thing with the papyrus, was it wasn't that good quality. You couldn't fold it because it would just break, and the color of it was like a lot darker than just white paper. So
It'd be yellow.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
the sort of classic one, isn't it? It's yellowish.
it was
Mhm.
like a nicotine type yellowing color
That's
on
why. That's why it's all scrolls, right? Because
Yeah.
you didn't have bound books until you had much better quality paper.
it. Mm,
It had to be a scroll.
it had to
because,
be
as you
rolled
said,
up
otherwise
and
it
preserved.
would just break otherwise.
Yeah. No, it would easily, you could roll it up, it'd be fine, but if you folded it, it would just break. So that's why you would have like a massive scroll instead of a book, because obviously you need to roll it up and then put it in like some type of container.
Yeah, books use folded paper because it would be folded because like where the crease is in the book, that's where
Aye.
the paper's fold.
Aye. So yeah, that stuff was, but it was good making it. Like it was something, I suppose. It's pretty cool. You've got to make it and
No,
mash
yeah,
it
that's
up
really
and
cool.
make it, and then you just write on it, and it's like, yeah, we can see. And the teacher was like, well, you can see why we've moved on to like proper paper instead of using this stuff. It's like, well, yeah.
Something we did in one of my classes in high school, which was kind of neat, is we took paper that had stuff on it and everything, and what we did is we took it, we ripped it up, and we like mushed it
Recycled
up
it,
to where it
yeah.
was like, we recycled paper,
Yep.
and we had to
I
press
recall
it like
doing
really,
something like that.
and you could, if you wanted to, you could dye your paper too. Like I made blue sheets.
Yeah.
I dyed
course
it.
you
I
did.
dyed it a light blue color.
Anyway, I've got to end the YouTube, and we'll go to airfader.co.uk for the rest of the show. Yeah,
Yep.
let's do that.
Bye YouTubes then.